Roman Reigns sends a heartwarming message to Jimmy Uso and Naomi after their pregnancy announcement. Roman Reigns pushes for Alberto Del Rio's WWE return. New claims that Hulk Hogan was killed. CM Punk shares an injury update following WWE Raw. The WWE takes a huge decision on LA Knight's future. Beth Phoenix shares a heartbreaking update. Triple H lied to popular WWE star about huge push. Triple H stops Karrion Kross from joining AEW after WWE. Dominic Mysterio, don't do nothing to get heat. Let's dive right in. Roman Reigns pushes for Alberto Del Rio's WWE return. Talk is heating up about Alberto Del Rio possibly returning to WWE after leaving AAA, and some of the biggest names in wrestling are backing him. On Lucha Libre Online, Hugo Savinovich revealed that stars like Roman Reigns and The Undertaker are pushing for Del Rio's comeback. Savinovich emphasized that it's not about one star blocking him, but rather a group of top names who believe Del Rio has earned another shot after nearly 4 years away. And now let me touch briefly on Alberto. I told you yesterday I'd talk about this. Knowing that important people like Roman Reigns want Alberto back. The problem isn't a big star telling the office, I don't want Alberto here. No, when a big star and other big stars say, you know what, Alberto deserves to come back because he's proven himself. Savinovich pointed to a moment at Triple Mania, where Rey Mysterio inducted Conan into the AAA Hall of Fame. The crowd chanted for Del Rio, and instead of brushing it off, Mysterio leaned in, saying he'd bring him out right then, showing genuine support. This isn't about 1 month or 2 months, we're talking almost 4 years now. Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre saw the segment where Rey Mysterio inducted Conan into the Hall of Fame. People wouldn't stop chanting. Rey Mysterio said, I'll bring him out right now. He said it. I know Rey Mysterio. He could have done anything else, but he chose to say, I'll bring him right now, because in his heart, Rey wants Alberto back. The support goes beyond Mysterio. Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, the Samoan family, and The Undertaker, now a key figure in WWE creative, all want Del Rio back. Legends like Conan and Savio Vega are also in his corner, with The Undertaker ready to craft a fresh storyline for him. But knowing that Roman Reigns respects him, and that stars like Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, the whole Samoan clan, Rey Mysterio, they all want him back, that says a lot. But now, with Undertaker heavily involved in creative, and knowing he, like Roman, wants Alberto back, Undertaker is ready to use his creative mind to elevate Alberto's character. With Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, the Samoans, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Conan, Savio Vega, all backing Alberto, it's clear. Savinovich explained that Reigns sees a deep connection with Del Rio through shared values of family, loyalty, and respect, rooted in Samoan and Puerto Rican cultures. For Reigns, the Usos, and others, Del Rio is like family, and bringing him back is about doing what's right. Roman Reigns doesn't just see Alberto's history, but also understands his cultural ties. The Samoan culture, like Puerto Ricans and other islanders, is about family, tradition, respect. When they call you brother or sister, it's for life. And the Samoans, Usos, Roman Reigns, they want Alberto back. Why? Because it's about justice. Nobody is perfect but God. And in the middle of all this, Roman Reigns wants Alberto back. That's why legends like Undertaker, Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio, and yes, myself, are saying it. WWE needs Alberto, and Alberto needs WWE. Thank you to Drew McIntyre, John Cena, Undertaker, Savio Vega, Conan, Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns, the Usos, and more for speaking up. As Rey Mysterio and Roman Reigns said, we need this man. It's time to bring Alberto back. While nothing is set in stone for Del Rio's WWE return, the backing from heavyweights like Reigns, Mysterio, and The Undertaker makes it a real possibility. Reports suggest no US plans are in place yet, but with so much support, things could shift fast. Will Del Rio make a triumphant return? New claims that Hulk Hogan was killed. Bubba the Love Sponge is standing firm on his explosive claims about Hulk Hogan's death, insisting it wasn't just a tragedy, but a possible crime. On a recent YouTube segment, the radio host doubled down, alleging Hogan was killed and someone's hiding the truth. He didn't hold back, pointing to suspicious details surrounding the wrestling legend's passing. Somebody made a mistake and somebody's covering up and somebody killed Hulk Hogan. That's what you're saying. My opinion. Bubba stressed this is his personal belief but didn't shy away from the bold accusation. He reminded viewers that back in June, when he first raised concerns about Hogan's health, people called him crazy and dismissed him as a loudmouth with a personal agenda. Now mind you, let me pre-qualify my opinion by saying I was absolutely denounced as a nutjob, as a fat-ass loudmouth has been shock jock, as a guy who had a personal axe to gain with Terry when I was the only person that was giving you the information that Terry was not doing well and that he might die. He claimed he'd been warning about Hogan's declining health since June 18th, having daily talks about it, and called out those who ignored him, naming Eric Bischoff, Brian Blair, Jimmy Hart, and Nick Hogan as skeptics. He listed names directly: Eric Bischoff, Brian Blair, Jimmy Hart, Nick Hogan. They all said I was crazy. Bubba pointed out red flags. No autopsy, no toxicology report, and no investigation from the county medical examiner. He previously displayed Hogan's death certificate, noting the medical examiner case number was marked not applicable. He claimed Dr. Gerald Joseph Fitzgerald Jr., Hogan's personal physician, solely certified the cause of death as a heart attack, with no official agency examining the body. He could have said, "run over by a unicorn," and no one would have contested it. There's no way to confirm. Bubba's not backing off, convinced something darker happened to his longtime friend, and he's determined to keep pushing for answers. CM Punk shares an injury update following WWE Raw. CM Punk found himself in the middle of a chaotic brawl on this week's Monday Night Raw, and now he's given fans a worrying update on his condition. Punk's year-long feud with Seth Rollins has been relentless, with the two clashing multiple times but never settling the score. Things heated up even more at SummerSlam 2025 when Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on Punk, stealing the World Heavyweight Championship just minutes after Punk defeated Gunther. Now Rollins is set to defend the title against Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight at Clash in Paris. During this week's Raw, Jey Uso took on Braun Breaker in an Extreme Rules match, but things spiraled when Bronson Reed, LA Knight, and Rollins jumped in. Punk charged out to confront Rollins, and their fight spilled into the crowd and backstage while the match raged on. Afterward, Punk shared a concerning Instagram story, showing himself getting an injection with a bloody lip, hinting he got banged up in the chaos. Inside sources took a shot at WWE's choice to have Punk seek allies, calling it out of character for the Second City Saint. Character development means absolutely nothing in professional wrestling anymore. It means nothing. It has gotten so confusing. I don't even think they know who their character is. Like, in other words, when Punk is given this direction, I don't even think Punk asks the question anymore. Would my character say that? Would my character do that? Or wouldn't he? I don't think they even ask themselves that question anymore. The WWE takes a huge decision on LA Knight's future. LA Knight is charging toward a shot at Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship at Clash in Paris 2025, and WWE just dropped a game-changing decision about his status. The company officially moved him to the Raw roster, confirming his place on the Red brand. For weeks, fans speculated about Knight switching to Monday nights after he kept popping up on Raw, especially with his growing feud against Rollins and The Vision. After this week's Raw, WWE sealed the deal by adding him to the brand's roster on their website. From now on, Knight is all in for Raw. Another big star, Sami Zayn, also switched brands recently, announcing on last week's SmackDown that he's now a Friday night regular after wrapping up on Raw. Both Knight and Zayn needed a fresh start, and this shakeup could spark new life into their careers. On a recent Click This podcast, Kevin Nash didn't hold back, criticizing LA Knight's ability to connect with fans beyond his catchy theme song. Nash reflected on his earlier comments comparing Knight to The Rock, standing by his take. "I said 2F years ago when I didn't know who he was, and all that FSH went up, and I probably said, well, he's doing The Rock," Nash stated. "And I said that then, and he got over. He worked hard. He was always in F shape, and I just said, you know what, man, I don't want to be that bitter old guy. He's over. People like him. I'm not gonna F badmouth the guy." But in retrospect, where are we at 2 years later? That F doesn't work. Knight's got a massive opportunity ahead, stepping into a blockbuster four-way match at Clash in Paris 2025 for Rollins' title, alongside CM Punk and Jey Uso. Beth Phoenix shares a heartbreaking update. WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix recently shared a gut-wrenching update on social media, reaching out to her followers for help. The 44-year-old wrestling icon, a trailblazer since 2001, made her mark in WWE by capturing the Divas Championship and Women's Championship. Her last in-ring appearance was at Elimination Chamber 2023, teaming with her husband, Edge, Adam Copeland, against Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley in a mixed tag team match. On her Instagram stories, Phoenix posted a heartbreaking report about 14-year-old Sundari Anders Hopkin, who's gone missing in North Carolina. The Buncombe County Sheriff's Office is searching for her, and the report included details about her appearance. Phoenix urged her fans to spread the word to help bring Sundari home safely. "Please share to help bring home Sundari safely," she wrote. Phoenix also reflected on her historic role in the 2010 Men's Royal Rumble, where she became only the second woman after China to compete in the match. On Instagram, she shared how she kept her participation a secret, even from her parents, to protect her chance. Royal Rumble 2010. "I was a surprise, being only the second woman to enter the Royal Rumble following in the footsteps of the ninth wonder of the world, the Shakra China. I was told 3 weeks before the event. I told no one, even my parents. I feared that if it leaked before, I would lose my chance," Phoenix wrote. Fans are eager for Phoenix to return to WWE, but rumors are swirling about a potential move to AEW, where her husband Edge is currently signed. It's anyone's guess what's next for this wrestling legend. Triple H lied to a popular WWE star about a huge push. Inside, sources recently called out Triple H for not delivering on a major promise to push Jey Uso to the top of WWE. On a recent episode of Legion of Raw, the former WWE head writer revealed that before this year's Royal Rumble, Triple H had a heart-to-heart with Jey Uso, assuring him a massive push. This moment, captured in WWE's Netflix series Unreal, led to Uso winning the Rumble and heading to WrestleMania. However, the insider questioned whether Triple H ever meant it, pointing out that Uso's push amounted to little more than a new entrance and standard matches. I'm gonna give one of the perfect examples that stuck out to me like a sore thumb on Unreal. Triple H, before Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, he has a conversation with Jey Uso where he tells him, "I'm gonna strap a rocket on your A," the insider said. Think about that. What rocket has been strapped to Jey Uso? He's got an entrance in wrestling matches. Everybody has an entrance in wrestling matches. Where's the rocket? Now I'm breaking it down and asking myself, does Triple H believe that's the rocket? Jey Uso was riding high after winning the Royal Rumble, carrying huge momentum into WrestleMania, where he defeated Gunther to claim the World Heavyweight Championship. But since then, his shine has faded. Now, Uso is set to challenge Seth Rollins for the same title at Clash in Paris 2025 in a fatal four-way match alongside LA Knight and CM Punk, hoping to reclaim his spot at the top. Triple H stops Karrion Kross from joining AEW after WWE. Karrion Kross was recently released from WWE after his contract expired without renewal, sparking a wave of speculation about his next move. But one potential destination might be off limits, thanks to Triple H. With Triple A now under WWE's umbrella, major roster decisions reportedly need Triple H's approval. On the latest episode of Unscripted, Savio Vega, a Triple A producer, was asked if Kross could join the promotion. Vega made it clear that WWE, and specifically Triple H, holds the reins. Yeah, the main company is WWE. You know, everything's gotta go through them. They own, Triple H under the umbrella of WWE and TKO. So they are going to decide who's going to be there or not. Inside sources offered a bold take on why Kross is no longer with WWE, suggesting Triple H's jealousy played a role. On the Wrestling Outlaws, the veteran claimed Triple H's frustration over not being able to wrestle anymore might have influenced his decisions about stars like Kross. This is why I say you can't be one of the boys and write and book and be creative. Because Chris, how do we know? How do we know part of the issue is Triple H isn't jealous of Drew McIntyre? Come on, Chris. You and I both know. You don't think it's not killing Triple H that he can't work anymore? You don't think that's not killing him inside? Karrion Kross could soon be headed to AEW, and unfortunately for Triple H, he can't stop that. Dominic Mysterio don't do nothing to get heat. Dominic Mysterio has cemented himself as one of WWE's most despised heels, but wrestling veteran Dutch Mantel believes he's pulling it off with minimal effort. Since breaking away from his father, Rey Mysterio, Dominic has carved out a strong identity. Tied to the Judgment Day, the 28-year-old has built a fan base that could easily carry him as a solo star. On Unscripted, Mantel praised Dominic's subtle yet effective heel work, noting how he draws massive heat just by taking his time. He don't do nothing. He just takes his time. People hate that guy. No, they love to hate him. They don't hate him, they love to hate him. And that's one of the best type of heels you can have. He is entertaining now, because if they are standing up, they are being entertained, Mantel said. Dominic keeps the heel vibes going outside the ring too, as seen in his recent shots at CM Punk. Punk's brief World Heavyweight title win at SummerSlam 2025, cut short by Seth Rollins' betrayal, rubbed Dominic the wrong way. On casual conversations with the Classic, he didn't hold back his disdain. I was a fan, watching SummerSlam Night 1, and I was extremely sad and depressed when I saw that CM Punk had won the title. Just not because he had won it, just because, I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he deserves to be in that spot. But at the end of the day, I was smiling from ear to ear when I saw Seth freaking Rollins, Mysterio said. What's next for Dominic in WWE remains a mystery, but his knack for drawing heat keeps all eyes on him. Roman Reigns sends a heartwarming message to Jimmy Uso and Naomi after their pregnancy announcement. Roman Reigns shared a heartfelt message for his fellow WWE superstars and real-life bloodline family members, Jimmy Uso and Naomi, after their big pregnancy announcement. The couple revealed they're expecting their first child together during a memorable moment on Monday Night Raw, where Naomi appeared in the ring and shared a clip from What's Your Story with Stephanie McMahon. She relinquished her Women's World Championship, but vowed to reclaim it when she returns. Earlier today, Reigns posted a video on Instagram, reacting to the news with warmth and joy, congratulating the couple and celebrating the growth of their family. Well, time to start over. Looks like he's got the youngest now. I don't got the babies, we're in school, we're good. We're starting to empty our house out. He's got to start back over. That's awesome. Congrats, I love both y'all. It's a blessing to have our family continue to grow. Nothing like it. This is completely God sent. Congrats, guys. Love y'all, Reigns said. Meanwhile, trouble could be brewing for Reigns. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman might team up with a familiar face from Reigns' past to sideline the original tribal chief. While Randy Orton got some payback on Reigns recently, he never got the one-on-one match he wanted. With Rollins and Heyman juggling multiple rivalries, they could seize this chance, especially as Orton shows signs of turning heel. Orton might not join the Vision outright, but he could align with Rollins to even the score and finally get his revenge on Reigns. Given their shared history in the Authority, a heel Orton could be persuaded to unleash chaos on the OTC. This twist would shock the WWE Universe, though it's still just a rumor for now.